The tomb of Jose G. Castro. In the heart of Guadalajara, Jalisco, the sun blazed down upon Panteon Belen, the old cemetery that had witnessed the passage of centuries. Once known as Panteon Santa Paula, it was more than a graveyard, it was a place where the living sought whispers of hope among the thickets of tangled shadows and weathered stones. An atmosphere of reverence clung to the air, thickened by ages of mourning and the inexplicable allure of the supernatural. Among the crumbling tombstones stood the grave of Dr. Jose G. Castro, a man revered in life and in death. Memories of his dedication still swirled around this ornate tomb, adorned with stale flowers and burnt candles from those who came to beseech his spirit for aid. Visitors filled his grave with offerings, a crutch left by a grateful patient, a child's toy, sometimes even food, anything to curry favor with the doctor they believed still roamed the world of the living. Weaving through the cemetery on that fateful afternoon was Elena, an aspiring journalist with a hunger for stories that transcended the mundane boundaries of life. She had heard whispers during her investigation about Dr. Castro's supernatural abilities, and her heart raced with the promise of uncovering a truth under the watchful eyes of silent witnesses, in any realm they existed. Dressed in a light summer dress and a deep blue cardigan that contrasted sharply with the sepulchral ambiance, she made her way past the innumerable headstones, their inscriptions eroding with time. The sun hung like a voyeur in the sky, but the cemetery was cooler here, a sanctuary from the chaos of life outside its gates. At precisely noon, the gnarled oaks cast shifting shadows over Drive. Castro's opulent grave bathed in an ethereal glow that piqued her curiosity. She caught a glimpse of the large marble cross, its surface etched with passersby's hopes. Drawing in a breath, she stood before the tomb and closed her eyes, allowing the history of the ombre to wash over her. Dr. Castro, she whispered, I come to you seeking the truth. Elena didn't believe in spirits, but the ritual felt almost comforting. Her research had led her to countless stories of supposed miracles where desperate patients claimed to have been healed after visiting his grave. With a heart full of skepticism and anticipation, she reached into her satchel and pulled out her notepad. If this doctor truly possesses the ability to heal, perhaps he can provide me with answers I am seeking, she thought. Before she could pen her request, a chill enveloped her, a sudden drop in temperature as shadows elongated around her, morphing into a shroud that engulfed her. She shook off the feeling, just a trick of the mind, she reasoned. Yet there was something in the air, a hum of energy, a vibration that urged her to speak. Dr. Castro, she repeated, a bit stronger this time. I need your guidance. I wish to know if your gifts are real. Will you show me? Tendrils of unease began to unravel in her gut when she felt a presence, the strangest sensation of being watched. The cemetery lay still around her, the only sound was the rustle of the leaves in the trees above. She turned her head towards Drive. Castro's grave just in time to see the glimmer of a silver locket catching the sunlight, a fresh offering. Her heart quickened, perhaps she wasn't the only one hoping for miracles today. Do you want me to stay? She asked, half jokingly. Her voice cracked, adding weight to the silence that followed. The sun dipped lower, drenching the ground in a palette of oranges and reds as storm clouds gathered, nearly swallowing the blue sky. Seconds felt like hours until a breeze stirred, icy and deliberate. The locket shimmered once more, and something else caught her sight. A figure appeared at the corner of her vision, an old woman draped in a dark shawl, hunched and trembling. As Elena turned to face her, the air thickened, laden with an unearthly dread. The woman's eyes were milky pools, devoid of light. She held a crooked cane, its handle shaped like a serpent, and regarded Elena with a burning intensity. You shouldn't be here, the woman rasped, her voice like crushed gravel. Who are you? Elena stammered, her brave front cracking under the weight of apprehension. The old woman stepped closer, moving with an ethereal grace that betrayed her frail appearance. I am the keeper of souls who dwell in fears far worse than death. You seek the good doctor. His powers come at a price. Elena's breath hitched, and a silent scream clawed at her throat. She glanced back at the tomb of Jose G. Castro, feeling the weight of history wrap around her like a shroud. I only wanted to know, she started but faltered. No. The woman cackled, her laughter echoing through the cemetery, chilling Elena to her core. It is too late to know. The doctor retains his power out of need, out of desperation. You will be drawn into his shadow, for he dines on human suffering. Just as her words hung heavily in the air, thunder rumbled, and the sky broke open. A torrential downpour fell upon them, but Elena was rooted in place. Suddenly, a low hum filled her ears, pulsing in rhythm with her racing heartbeat. In that moment, as maroon tendrils of storm clouds twisted and writhed, the spirit of Jose G. Castro emerged from his grave. Cloaked in an otherworldly glow, he loomed over Elena, both comforting and terrifying. You invoked my name, child. What is it you desire? Caught between fear and desire, Elena felt an overwhelming swell of emotion. I wanted to know if you could heal hearts breaking under the weight of the world, she pleaded. Show me you exist. The woman stepped back, her face twisted in terror. Beware. He will take more than your secrets, he will consume your very essence. But it was too late. Conflicted yet compelled, Elena felt herself pulled toward drive. Castro, who offered his hand, a spectral apparition that shimmered with promise. In that instant, lightning surged down, illuminating the darkness, and the cemetery exploded with whispers, cries, and laughter, an ancient cacophony swirling around them. Elena looked into drive. Castro's eyes, now glowing with an unbearable intensity. You wish to know the truths between life and death. His voice echoed, low and alluring. Come with me, and you will see. Amid the storm and the screams of lost souls, Elena stepped towards that beckoning light, surrendering herself to the unknown depths of human despair and the healing powers of a long-dead doctor, aware that she had perhaps unlocked the door to something beyond comprehension. As she took drive Castro's hand, she realized the boundaries of her world were dissolving, and she was tantalizingly close to discovering what it truly meant to be human in a place where life and death intertwined on the precipice of horror.